Hello everyone, today I'm taking a look at Star Wars Dark Forces. Oh man, this game really takes me back. I'm not sure this is the first game I actually ever played. It was on my dad's PC that he basically installed for me. And I remember we even had the old school joystick to control and move. I don't really remember exactly how it worked or how I even played this back in the day, but of course you can download this now. Even though it used to run on DOS, you can still get it on Steam and play it. And at the time, of course, I didn't realize that this is a Doom clone. However, even playing this today, after playing Doom, it is very different from Doom in the sense where the aesthetic, the weapons, the music and everything is just very, very different. And I remember as a kid, I had a huge problem figuring out where to go, what to do, what keys were. And but I do like the look of the game, the aesthetic. It has just a very distinct way about it, and as far as Doom clones go, this is definitely one of my favorites, even today, actually. So usually you play as a rebel spy, Kyle Katarn, and this is kind of the beginning of his long kind of journey, through a lot of a series of sequels. But yeah, Dark Forces, I remember it was just one of these weird atmospheric games. I remember as a kid, I had trouble even like aiming up and down, figuring out what a charge shot was. I just have a lot of memories of this game and the aesthetics and how, I want to say diverse, but how abstract the game actually is. I mean, it is very fun and interesting, but again, it has this weird vibe to it. I was especially kind of terrified and horrified by, I think, the second level, because essentially the Empire goes to this one homeworld and wipes out all of these people, and so you're going through these like buildings and finding like bodies on the ground, and for like kid me, that was really kind of horrifying. I was like, oh my god, all these people are dead, and I'm just like going around their houses, and it was kind of traumatizing for me at the time. But it was kind of like, trying to figure out how to platform, how to get from place to place. I mean, I was probably so slow as a kid, but I was able to figure it out up until the point I think I got to the sewer level, which is the third one, in which case you have to find like this guy who's hiding out in the back of this like giant sewer planet. And it's so honestly really complicated and frustrating, because that whole level is like a puzzle. It's almost like the water temple, where you have to know which holes to go through and which paths to take. And basically, there's this one, oh my god, it's the most frustrating thing. There's this one platforming section where you have these giant, tall, small towers, and like platforming in Doom is always awful, because it's like your boots are always lined with grease, and you just end up falling and slipping off. And just even getting across 5 or so platforms is an absolute masterclass feat. Again, this game has a great array of different weaponry. Your basic pistol that becomes iconic for Kyle Katarn, is this pistol that can charge itself up and release a power blast. Not really as effective as other weapons in the game, but it is there. The other thing too is that sometimes I'd be really confused where, once you beat the mission objective, the level doesn't actually end. You actually have to go to your, recon ship where you found at the beginning of the level, return back to that, and basically click enter to return into it, and stuff like that. I also really like the aesthetics of just the technology and, the graphic design and holograms in this game. It looks really cool. I like how there's, different kinds of, stormtroopers and officers. They have a very distinct silhouette when you see them in the world, and they all act differently, have different voice lines. I remember as a kid finding one of the secrets behind this like rotating door. It goes into this dark room and you can't see anything, and it's only illuminated by the laser blasts, and there's guys even in there, and it's just really kind of terrifying, frankly. And it's pretty terrifying because you can only see them when you light up the room with your blaster fire. And then I was trying to figure out how to get out of that room because I was stuck in it, and yeah. So those are all kind of my experiences and memories of this game. What's also very strange about this game are the cutscenes. Sometimes they are in this weird stop motion style animation, which is very, very strange and unique to this game. I honestly kind of like it, since it's just, again, it's not quite exactly sprite art, or maybe it is. But yeah, it just has a very distinct vibe and look to it. And yeah. Again, this game revolves around finding the plans for what the Empire is building, the Death Star. You know how it goes. Pretty much every single Star Wars spin-off in between 3 and 4 does the exact same thing. Again, I really like the backgrounds in this game, the atmosphere. It just feels very, very distinct. And I think when I originally played it, I didn't have the sound enabled for some reason. I think it was like a graphical, like whatever setting. And I just remember it was very creepy going through this entire level with just no music, and just, again, finding these weird, destroyed, bombed out buildings and trying to piece together what happened here, and finding enemies lurking around, the sides of the world. Anyway, I'm not really sure what else to say about this game. It's that it's a pretty good, if not better, half-decent Doom clone. You might not even realize it. It's kind of so far away from Doom that it kind of has its own aesthetic, its own style. I think it does it, really well. And it makes a really distinct impression, which of course leads to a bunch of sequels for this character and for this franchise. I also remember I thought it was so cool I could shoot the lights and they would actually go out in this level. I thought that was like such a cool thing. Like, oh no, I've made it even darker now. Yeah, it was kind of fun going back to this game, revisiting it, remembering all the old sights and sounds, and then also being able to finally beat it after all this time, and the whole Dark Trooper program and all that other stuff. Anyway, I think with that being said, I guess I'll leave you guys later, and check this one out. It's a pretty decent game, even today. Bye.